Maybe.
I'm gonna do that without messing you up.
What?
I don't know how I'm gonna do that without messing you up.
All right, how are we doing about? We still need more time? Yeah, that's fine. Take your time. Falcons are playing Panthers. You're a Packers fan? Or what are you? Bears. You said something last time. Now you're embarrassed. They must have lost last week. 49.
They destroyed the Patriots.
They did actually. Yeah, they did. First time in a while. We started off slow.
Hey, bro, they made it to the Super Bowl.
I know.
49ers. They played the Patriots.
No, Kansas City. No, it's Kansas City. Yeah, it's like,
Oh, yeah, they played the Chiefs.
No, they're doing good again.
Yeah.
They used to be really good back then.
Thank you. All right, real quick, bell work. So we get angle 10, angle 15. What's a parallel line right here? C and D? I'm going to look at C and D because there's nothing related to A and what?
C.
And B.
Richard, you get A and C, they cross, right? These aren't parallel. What are they?
And B.
And B, they're the parallel lines. What's the converse right here? Are they alternate? Consecutive?
Alternate interior.
Alternate what?
Interior.
How come?
They're on the inside.
They're in the inside. Why is it alternate though?
They're on different sides. They're transversal.
I mean, why is it interior? My fault.
Oh.
They're both pointing inside. Okay. Got Tyler? All right, number 2. What'd you guys get? What are the parallel lines for number 2? 4 and C. What's their parallel lines? B and C. That's the parallel lines.
Are they corresponding?
They'll be what?
They're not corresponding.
No, because corresponding means they have to be in the same position.
Not
This one's top right, this one's bottom right.
Yeah.
Exterior.
Consecutive.
Consecutive exterior. Nice, Get into way today, guys. That's gonna be a good day. Love it. They're consecutive because B is the convert, is a transversal, and they're on the same side. That's why they're consecutive. Angles are pointing out. That's why they're exterior. Exterior means outside, interior means inside. All right. Number 3. What do we get right here?
It's none.
We have none. Anyone get something different?
Oh. And B. They're touching nothing. They're touching all of them.
There we go. They're touching all the lines. It is none. Good job, Tyler. Did you guys get none? Good question. I wish I could walk around. Thanks to COVID. The only thing guaranteed in 2020 is COVID.
He's on you.
Go!
Get out of there.
Okay, guys. I know it's weird, but I'm being observed and stuff, but the person observing me can't be in the classroom. So that's why they're on.
Besides me.
And besides Ms. Roper, so I'm being observed. Let's be a great audience and stuff like that. So cool. Okay? lot of you guys after that work. Whatever you want to do. Alright, first off, happy Halloween and costume day was Spirit Week. I'm wearing my costume. Just if anybody asks, I'm a world champ because my Dodgers won. Ryan's excited for me. I know everyone's football fans. No one really cares about baseball. Jacob, you have to. You have to.
I have to.
Your girlfriend and your girlfriend's mom are diehard Dodgers fans.
Yeah, you should see it when they lose. Well, I do not want to be at that house when they lose.
Those are tough times. So yes, I'm really excited. You guys can see that. Let me embrace my moment. My Cardinals are doing good too. For once in
Yeah,
like
that was a big win.
7 years. So it's been 2020's not been a not too shabby year for me, right? But bottom line, please be safe and healthy this weekend, guys. Right? Make smart choices. I know Halloween, spooky season, everyone tends to go a little bit crazy and ravage. Okay.
Just checking.
Anybody got any plans?
Yeah, I have to.
I'm going to camping.
Going camping? Where? Where? Patagonian Lake?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Love that place. Anybody, Richard, you doing anything cool? Jacob?
Me and Sabrina are dressing up as Mickey and Minnie. That's her idea, not me.
That's fine. It's never your idea. Always have to roll with the ladies' idea.
Yeah,
Man.
it
Get
is.
used to it. Get used to it. Me and my girlfriend were doing, because I just bought a boat, like I told you guys, we're doing sailors. I'm a sailor, she's a sailor. Wasn't my idea. I wanted to do Bugs Bunny and from Space Jam, Bugs and what's the girl?
Lola.
Lola?
I wanted to be her Jessie and me Woody.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. Okay. Any questions on Ballard for homework? Anybody? Remember, so at the beginning of the quarter, I had a great participation on Alex, guys. Everybody was turning it in. Most of you are, but I'm noticing a little decline on Alex, okay? I don't want you guys to fall behind or anything like that. On Google Classroom, you guys are pushing that you're turning it in button, but you're not doing the Alex work. You still won't get credit if you don't do the Alex work or if you push the button. All right? So it's important that you guys do that. Even if you forget to push the button and you do the Alex, you still will get credit. The scores from Alex go to Google Classroom, from Google Classroom to Tyler. I already updated grades from when we came back, which was the 12th through 16th. And then hopefully tomorrow I'll finish off 9 through 23rd. Okay? 19 through 23, my fault. So bottom line, in order to get grades, you gotta show effort. I can't help you if you don't turn anything in. Right? I can't force you to go to your school, your house, maybe get on the computer and go to Alex. That's gotta be self-motivation from you guys, and I hope everyone always do it. What's up?
Is there an Alex assignment every day? Are we supposed to do one every day?
Jacob, we've gone over this multiple times.
I thought it was just one once a week, because every time I do
Two a week.
one, every time I do one, it like just takes me to my what's it called? The knowledge check thing or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I scheduled one yesterday.
Yeah.
That was like an assignment if you followed the directions on Google Classroom. So that's why. All right. All right, let's get started. We're gonna finish. Hopefully, everybody has those guided notes that we have. We're finishing that up today. We're gonna be doing the same thing, but we're gonna take what we've learned and we're gonna use it finding out if they're parallel based off doing some algebra and stuff like that, right? Gonna keep doing finding x, that pesky variable y'all love that you've been doing forever. Gonna find x, plug in some numbers. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I love dear Aunt Sally. She's a nice one. And so forth, all right? Gonna continue. So from the notes from last week, you guys have this, right? Everyone wrote all this down. The little guide, the cheat sheet, the Bible, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna be referring back to this every single time, okay? Get all that. All right, now we're at this. That's fine. We're gonna skip it. We're gonna skip the last exam. If you guys want to do that for homework and shoot me an email asking you to look over it, I'll do that. But we'll skip it for now for time reasons. Like I said, we're gonna have 2 days out of the week together, Tyler. So it's like we're trying to shove in as much information to you guys as we can. So if I go quick, slow me down. All right, no shame in that. All right, directions. Find X so we could prove A and B are parallel. Lines A and B are parallel. And state the converse every single time. That's the first thing we do. The way it's worded, it's like kind of seems like the last thing. But every single time we're dealing with these type of lines, we gotta state the converse. Okay. All right. Number 1. Like I just said, what do we do first?
Find the parallel lines,
Find what type of angles they are.
the angles.
So what type of angles are these?
Alternating.
How come? You're right. What? Here's the transversal. They're hopping it, right? This line, this angle, this angle. That's why they're alternate. They're inside the box. They're pointing inside. That's why they're interior. Okay? So from there, we established what kind of lines they are already. Right? And that's important. This first step, that's important. That's why we do them first, because that's going to tell us how we set this up, okay? So what do we say they were? Alternate interior. So you need an angle and another angle. They got to be congruent in order for them to be parallel. And what does congruent mean? They're the same. They equal each other. They're the same, so forth. Okay? So that's why we refer back to the guide every single time. So since they're the same, how are we going to set this equation up? Give yourself a gold star. So 10x minus 23 equals 137. Remember, they got to be congruent to each other. So because of that, we set up equal to each other, okay? And now, what do we do next?
You get X by itself.
You just solve for x, baby, just like Richard says. First step, what do we do? Add what? There we go. Now we have 10x equals 137 plus 23. I hope you guys got your calculators and I hope you have them out. Why don't you have yours out?
160.
Good job. That doesn't need a calculator. Yeah, and he just showed me up, that's for sure. Now we got x by itself, 5. X equals 16, I think. Don't say you think, you gotta know it. I know it's 16, but don't say I think. Okay. Say it like you know it. Don't say it like a question. Okay. Have some confidence in yourself, Eric. Right, now we solve for x. We already solved for x. All right, but we're not done yet. We gotta prove that these lines are parallel or not. And just like it said at the beginning, they gotta be congruent, right? Both angles gotta be congruent. Right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Both lines. So what do we do from here?
You plug in X.
Plug in 16 for x, because we know the value of this angle, it's 137. Well, we can't say, oh, 137 is the same thing as 10x minus 23. Tom Brady's jersey in the back isn't 10x minus 23, okay? That's why we plug it in. Plug in 16 for x. And what does your dear Aunt Sally say to do first? Parentheses, multiplication.
36.
10 times 16, 160 minus 23, 137? 137. So we can put 137 right here. Oh, that's a little bit small. Wait, I don't want to do it right there. 7, replace that. Are they equal?
Yeah.
So that means A and B are parallel. What are your questions so far? Nothing?
Me.
Remember, in geometry, guys, we're just basically taking a picture, we're turning it into the old-fashioned algebra equation that you guys have seen every single day from kindergarten to 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, whatever grade you are. Alright? And you guys have done a great job with that. I'm proud of you. Now, I've been proud of you. I am proud of you guys. And I know you can do it. Alright? Okay, well, we're gonna skip to, not really skip it, but you guys are gonna do it on your own right now. I'm gonna go down like this, and then when we go to independent work, we're going down like that. You guys are gonna do those three on your own. So we're gonna do the next example, we're doing 3. Okay. So number 3. What do we do first?
Find the angles.
Find the angles. Good job. What kind of angles these are? Remember, it's this one they're talking about. What? Consecutive interior. How come?
They're on the same side of the triangle.
There we go. And they are pointing inside, or they're inside the box, however you want to say it. Okay. Since they're consecutive interior, we go back to the front page to our guide. The ever all knowing right here. Consecutive interior angles. It's an angle plus another angle. It's gotta equal to 180 in order for the two lines to be parallel, okay? They're supplementary. So based off of that information, how do we set this up?
+6 6x minus 1.
There we go. There's supplementary. You could, just like Ryan said, you could set it up 96 plus 6x minus 30 equals to 180. Or you could do 6x minus 30 plus 96 equals to 180. It's the same thing, okay? Same thing. Doesn't matter which one you get first, which one you do second. Make sure you get the sign the same, okay? You're still adding them together. We'll say how Ryan said it, but we'll keep it the same. All right? But here, what do we need to do? We gotta get x by itself, but what's the first thing we do? Combine like terms. Thank you, sir. The only like terms on this side are those two right there. So now we have 96 minus 30. Watch for signs. Watch for signs. I know, you know this, but going at my pace. Does it say Mr. Pavila's classroom or Mr. Tyler's classroom? Just kidding. I appreciate you, man. You did a great job. That's awesome. Going ahead, but we'll do it as a class together. But anyways, watch the signs, okay? That's the number one high school mistake, is forgetting signs and exponents, but obviously no exponents, but you guys always mix up things. So it's like your biggest pet peeve, right, Ms. Roper? Every single time. Okay, so we have 96 minus 30, which is?
66.
66. Oh, man. That is ridiculous. 66. So now we have 66 plus 6x equals 180. Now we want to get x by itself. And we go.
You do. Oh, you started.
Huh?
Oh, I got one more. I set it like the first one.
What?
I set it up like the first one.
Okay. That's fine, it doesn't matter, but what do we do right here? Who wants to help Tyler out? Use the lifeline.
66 plus minus.
Minus, because this is already plus. We subtract it to the other side. We get 6x equals, what's 180 minus 66?
126.
No.
114.
114? 114. 6 and x are multiplying, so how do we get x by itself?
Divide.
What do we got right there?
19.
19? Awesome. Everyone in agreement at 19?
Yep.
Are we done yet? No, we are not. What do we do now?
You gotta plug it in.
Right, thank you, sir. What do we plug it into? X. There we go. So, I'll put it right here. 6, 19, minus 30. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. What do we do?
No.
6 times 19, multiplication, like Tyler says.
One,
114? We're all in agreement at 114?
Yeah.
114 minus 30?
84.
84. So we found the value of this angle right here, which is 84. 84 degrees. What do we do next, or do we stop right there? We stop right there? What do you think? Matthew, no? No. Garrett?
When you
Not gonna lie, that just scared me.
when you minus 96 minus 84.
Why would you minus that? You gotta, okay, so real quick, so on this one, alternate interior angles, this one we had to make sure that they're congruent because that's what our guide tells us to. All right? But we have consecutive exterior, was it interior exterior? Consecutive interior angles. It's gotta be one angle plus another angle, it's gotta equal to 180 to figure out if it's congruent or not. All right, like on the other ones, if they're the same value, then that means they're parallel, right? Like if that was the case on that one, we have what, 92 and 84?
90, 96.
So if that was magically alternate exterior angles or interior angles, then it wouldn't be parallel. But in this case, that's why it's very important you guys find the converse, right? The converse is gonna tell you how to find your solution. Okay, so we're not done yet. You gotta add both angles. If they equal to 180, that means they're parallel. It's 296, put it down here, equals to 84. Oh, not equals, plus, sorry. Plus 84 equals to 180. 180. So that means A is parallel to B. We just proved that they are. Matthew, you okay? Yep. Garrett, how you doing?
Good?
Great. Jacob, your mind blown yet, or are you good?
Oh, my mind has been blown since the second period.
What's your second period?
Reading.
What?
Reading.
Reading?
Yeah, like English.
Oh, okay. What are you guys reading right now?
I know we gotta write scary stories.
Nice. Okay, one more together and then we'll work on a few on your own.
Okay, now they don't give us an exact number for an angle. They give us two expressions, okay? Which is fine. Which is fine. Don't let it scare you. I know it's spooky season, but don't let it scare you. What do we do first?
From the name, angle.
Which is?
Corresponding.
Thank you, sir. Corresponding angles, they're both on the bottom left position. Right? So now that we identified the converse, what type of angles they are, we go to our little guide right here. At angle, they gotta be equal to each other in order for them to be parallel, the two lines to be parallel. Okay? That's how we're gonna set this up. Right, so how do we set up this equation right here?
8x minus 17 is 5x plus 19.
There we go. They set them equal to each other. 8x minus 17 equals 5x plus 19. You don't set them equal to 180. They're not supplementary. We saw in our guide that they gotta be congruent to each other, right? Not adding each other to 180. That's why we set them equal to each other. Great job, Garrett. Okay. And now we solve for x and we do some math, right?
What's supplementary?
What?
What's supplementary?
Remember, supplementary is one angle plus another angle is 180. Come on, man. You should know that like the back of your hand. Let me get that started. Now what do we do? My man, combine by terms. Put that 5x on this side. Throw that 17x on the other side. Watch your signs. I mean, not 17x, just 17. Thank you for correcting me. Sorry. Even the best have a bad day sometime. Yep. Watch your signs. Remember, 8 minus 5,
3.
3x. 19 plus 17. Positive 19 plus positive 17.
36.
36. Positive 36. Like I said, Richard, watch your signs. Divide. You get 12?
Yeah.
Everyone agrees? We find x equals 12.
Now we gotta find angles.
Now we gotta find the angles. Good job, Tyler. So since they don't give us an exact measurement for one angle or each angle, we gotta plug in x, or 12 for x for both expressions, separately though. Separately. Now we're done with setting them equal to each other or adding them to get 180. Unless they were supplementary, but that's not what corresponding tells us to do. Okay? So for this one, plug in 12. And for this one, we plug in 12. And then what does please excuse your dear Aunt Sally tell you to do first? Multiplication. 8 times 12.
96.
Thank you for having a calculator out, Ryan. I'm not guessing like Richard just did.
Yeah.
96 minus 17? $79. 5 times 12.
60.
160, good guess. Plus 19,
39.
and you get 79. Here. 79. 79. Sorry, these are parallel.
Yeah.
A is parallel B. Questions? What time does this class get out?
12:47.
I still need to memorize the schedule. You have it memorized?
No,
No, I do not either. Disappointing myself.
I think I have the online one still memorized.
I know, me too. Okay. Which one?
Online.
I know. Oh. Believe me, teachers were confused too. Okay, I want you guys to do 2, 4, and 6 on your own real quick. 2, 4, 6. I'm gonna write that down for you. Numbers 2, 4, and 6. Give it your best shot. I want to see some effort. All right. You know how we roll here, wrong or right. I still want you guys to try.
Yeah, I'll let you do it.
It says it in for right here.
Pretty good. All recorded.
Yeah, it's that one. And I confirmed what time yesterday. Oh. I got the big one upstairs.
Well, that's, let's do it.
What?
Let's do it.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, do it.
I put rubber bands on the wall.
Oh, did you? Really?
Okay, question.
Yeah, what's up?
So if this is plus, would that be minus 74 or plus? I mean,
So you set up equal to 74, right?
yeah.
So that's originally plus, so you gotta subtract.
I mean,
No, when you go across the equal sign. So for next class.
That's just cozy.
Good.
I can see it.
I fell on it.
You fell on it? What do you mean you fell on it?
I fell.
You fell backwards?
That's crazy. And then I tried, so I wouldn't hit the back. But before I held my knees onto right there. And so my knees got cut off. That was like in September now.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
More calories.
teach me how to soak this properly. Cause I tried it a few times and it's not.
What?
Zoom.
Should just go straight to the computer.
I know. I'm not tech savvy. Just kidding.
Alright.
I like how you're highlighting the parallel and transversal there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your costume? Even a better question.
It's a
Where's your
picture.
Dodger gear? What?
Pictured it.
Oh, I did mine yesterday.
Did you? Yeah. Couldn't do both. Couldn't do costume and
I
picture it.
still wore this one.
That's funny. That's funny.
Did you actually?
Yes.
Did you have a good mask or did you wear the boring blue?
No, I didn't know the thing was mask day. So I had to
Boo.
wear this one, but at least the Dodger. I made sure, Mr. Campbell.
Priorities.
What?
Priorities.
You need to wear a mask taking a picture.
Yeah, that's, so you know how the staff have a theme with, pictures and the yearbook photos?
Yeah.
It was cool mask or whatever.
Creative mask.
Creative
Yeah.
mask, and I didn't know, so. That's weird.
Boring.
I know. Wait, are you wearing that one or another one?
I don't know. My other one is just not effective like this one is, so. It's pretty, but not effective. Like the majority of you are just about more than halfway done, if not almost done, which is fine, it's not a race. I love seeing the effort, no participation, I like. This weekend, Tyler? For everybody? You guys just camp or do you hunt or fish or? I'm starting to fishing. I used to live in Dallas, Arizona. Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I grew up there. I moved here for high school. My sister's parents from Oklahoma. Really? She went to Oh, wow. Why are they going to Philly? Oh, that's their family. Oh, okay. Why didn't they fly? Oh, okay. He's a airplane mechanic. He's only 20 years old? He's turning 21. How long are they going to be in Fort Lauderdale? He's 21. almost done.
They're hoping to get the right number.
Like Saturday.
They're really fast. They started to love it, Boston, and Oklahoma.
College, I went to Ohio. Make it in 2 days, I make it in 3. But I have a buddy who lived in Kansas City. From here to Kansas City is like 13, 14 hours.
Because the New York Texas, kind of almost in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Where's Oklahoma, is in Texas?
That's north. And then from Kansas City to Ohio, that's.
Oklahoma's not that far. Not that big.
And then on the way back, my buddy moved to St. Louis, so that's only 6 hours. And then from St. Louis to Albuquerque, I have another buddy who lives in Albuquerque. That was 12 hours, and then from Albuquerque to 6 hours.
So then you live like 14 hours. Oh, well, how many times?
I don't mind driving, but it's just like, it's annoying. It gets tiring. So it ends at 46, you guys said?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's pretty.
I didn't drive, but it was 37.
For here, Tampa?
Yeah, it was 37.
Why'd you guys go to Tampa?
We have a neighbor,
My wife drives 9 hours.
To where?
Holy cow.
Is that the one on the border of Utah?
Yeah, I guess you slept the whole way there. Serena.
I do the same thing too.
It's like, oh no, don't worry, I'll stay up with you. 30 minutes later, she's freaking out.
Whenever me and my girlfriend watch movies together, of course, they never want to watch what we want to watch, so we have to watch what we want to watch.
Yeah.
And then they fall asleep.
Yeah, she fell asleep. We watched the movie yesterday. Fell asleep 10 minutes into it.
Yeah.
And she picked the movie.
I wanted to watch Remember the Titans. She wanted to watch
a good one.
She wanted to watch Cars.
That's
Obviously,
also a good one.
obviously I lost. But then she falls asleep. It's like, come on, Lightning McQueen's about to win the Piston Cup, guys.
No, she wants to watch Frozen that she's watched 10 times this week. And then still, I can't pick my movie. And
I
she
know.
falls asleep 5
You'll
minutes.
never win that battle. You'll learn that. You guys are learning that.
Hey, it's been 7 months, alright? So I'm learning it.
There you go. All right. What's the converse right here, guys?
Corresponding.
Corresponding angle. Good job, Tyler. Corresponding. Why they are in the same position? They're both on the top right. Right. So now, if we were to go to our guide, corresponding angles, you gotta be congruent to each other. That's how we're gonna set this bad boy up, right? So now, 9x plus 11 equals 7. Did you set that right? Did you set that right, Richard?
yeah, I did drive.
Yes. So hopefully you guys set that up. No one set that up equaling to 180. Okay? And now you just solve for x, right? Minus 11, thank you, sir. 9x equals 74 minus 11, 63. 63, everyone agree with Garrett? Number divide. 63 divided by 9, we get?
7.
Everyone agree with Richard? Next. We're not done yet. So now we plug in 74x. You're doing a lot of erasing, Richard. What's up?
Because I know they're all wrong, so I was over this.
You didn't do one wrong.
Really?
I don't know. We'll find out though. Alright. 9 times 7.
63.
Plus 11. 74.
So we have,
They're both equal to 74. So are these lines parallel?
Yeah.
Exactly. Line A is parallel to line B. Remember, the important part right here, the converse. You gotta figure out what the angle is. After that, we go back to our guide, our cheat sheet. That's what tells us how to set this up. Once you know how to set it up, it's all math from there. You can get your math correctly, but if you set it up wrong, you're gonna get it wrong, okay? Doesn't matter how well you do it correctly. If you set it up completely wrong, then sorry. Alright. That's half the battle. After that, you just solve for x. You guys have done that hundreds, if not thousands of times. Questions on 2? Moving on. Two. What are these? Alternate exterior. Everyone agree?
Yeah.
Alternate exterior. Why are they alternate exterior, Gary?
Because they're on the opposite side of the lines.
There we go. They're all opposite. They're both pointing out. Out means exterior means out. Outside means exterior. So forth. All right. Now we go to the original guide. If you guys have this memorized, great. If not, no shame of going back to basics. All right. No shame of riding your train wheel with your bike, Richard. I've seen you in the park.
All right,
No, I'm just kidding. All right. Now we have an angle equal to another angle. That's going to prove to us if these lines are congruent or not. Not congruent. These lines are parallel. My bad. My fault. My fault. So how do we set this up?
7x plus 5 plus 33.
7x plus 5 equals what?
33.
So we turned this picture into a simple algebraic equation. And by algebraic equation, we're solving for x. Subtract 5, we get 28. Now what?
Divide it. Divide.
Number 5.
X equals 4.
Everyone agree x equals 4?
Yeah.
Alright. You guys are getting it wrong. I hope you guys see where you're messing up in. I wish I could work it out individually with you guys, but due to COVID and COVID. Are we done yet?
No.
No, we're still time.
That angle.
Plug in 4 x. 7 times 4? We'll put it right here, I'm sorry. Plus 5?
33.
They're the same, right? So what do we conclude? A is parallel to its best friend, 90. What does parallel mean, Garrett?
I never.
Never touch. The lines never touch. Long story short, they never touch. They have the same slope and so forth. Questions on 4? Numero 6. That means number. First things first, what do?
Primary.
Which is?
The converse.
The convex angles, identify them. Does everyone agree with Tyler?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they consecutive exterior? Correct, and they are pointing
Upward.
outside. Sweet. So we figure out what angle they are, we go to our guide over here, consecutive exterior, we find it. Consecutive exterior. Angle plus another angle equals to 180. Okay? So they both equal to 180, that means the lines are parallel. So how do we set this up? 12x minus 29 plus 4x equals 180. 12x minus 29 plus 4x plus 1 equals to 180. Remember, these are supplementary. That's what consecutive exterior means, or not means, but that's what how we identify it based on what we see so far. So now we have two angles plus another angle. One angle plus another angle equals to 180. Now we just do some math, all right? What do we do here? Combine like terms. We have the x's, and we have the non-x's. And watch for signs. It is very important. We need to watch for signs, okay? Always watch for signs. So now we have 12x plus 4x. We get 16. 16x. Negative 29 plus 1. Negative 28. Negative 28. Thank you, Gary. Equals to 180. Now, let's do it. Everyone agree that's equal to 8?
Yeah.
Divided by 16. X equals, what's 2/8 divided by 16? 13. Everyone agree with Tyler? Is that what everyone got? 2/8 divided by 16? 13. So we found X. Now what do we do? There we go. We have plug it in each one for X. So 4 times 13 plus 1. 12, 13 minus 29. So one by one right here. Please excuse my grand tally. 4 times 13. Plus 1. We found this angle. It's 53. 12 times 13.
156.
156. No?
That's what I got.
Yeah.
156?
Yeah.
So it gets 1. Sorry, Tyler. Minus 29 though.
It is 1.7.
127. So this angle is 127. Are these congruent or not?
Yeah, that's the other one.
Remember, I know that you're getting confused, Richard. So you're thinking that they gotta be congruent in order for these to be parallel or not. But remember, these are consecutive exterior, so we gotta get both angles, they gotta equal to 180. So we're not done yet. If it was this way, Richard, that they'd be congruent to each other, and then yes, they will not be parallel. Okay, but we're missing one step. The last and final step. We gotta add 127 plus 53. They gotta equal to 180. Is that equal to 180? They do? 180 equals to 180. A and B. questions? Alright, go ahead and pack up, guys. Remember, tomorrow, look for an Alex assignment. You're gonna practice more on this, okay? More on Alex. Gotta work on the classroom. Pack up, don't go yet. Still got a few minutes.
On camera. So a good old Bob can watch all of it.
So you can what?
You can watch everything.
Lunchtime's coming soon. How's the school lunch this year?
Horrible.
Better than last year or
No,
still?
it's trash.
Are they doing the salads? The big salads?
No, no more.
That was the only good thing they had.
No, that's one thing I would eat when I cut weight. It was like recorded that, like this couple weeks.
Yeah, last year I had high blood pressure, so I had to eat that. They were good though, they were really good.
Yeah, chicken wings are good.
The chicken wing?
The chicken one?
Oh yeah, the Caesar.
Yeah.
Who else is going home? Brian? You have homework class?
Yeah.
I don't have two more classes.
Ryan, do you have homework class?
Oh, yeah, I want to learn my church, but it's my dad wants a dog. Oh, if you want to water, it's first thing you do. Oh,
3 minutes?
Dodge sucks.
My dad wants a dog. She doesn't. And we told her.
What are you driving?
His is fast.
What's your truck?
It's a Ford F-350,
I have 350.
1999.
Yeah, no wonder you only get
My
5
dad's
miles.
dog.
Yeah, well, I have military tires on it. And I have an aftermarket exhaust.
Or,
But I don't get like a Oracle. When I go to Serena's, I get 8 miles of the gallon. When in town, I get 5.
yeah, I just got a truck on it. I don't need an F-350, I just need something.
So what if?
Want to end it?
Yeah, let's end it.